Hi guys, it's Katie. I'm sorry I haven't vlogged. We kind of had a busy weekend. We went to Chattanooga and came back for a barbershop or convention. Um, for those of you that know what that is. Before I left for the convention, I picked up a book at Rosewood Market, which is like a local grocery store and health food store in Columbia. And it's called Sugar Blues. And it's by William Duffy. I don't think that it's it's not a new book. I think it was published in like the 70s, but it categorizes, or it goes through this man's struggle with his diet and with sugar, and how, and then after he discovered how bad sugar is for you and how terrible it was for him personally, he decided to research everything he could about sugar. And so the book goes through the history of sugar and the breakdown and how it's made, and teaches you everything you need to know about this poison. And it teaches you a lot that, you thought you knew and you thought you understood, but I just wanted to read like a tiny little part about it, and I might read some more things from it as I read them. I'm still in the process of finishing it, but it's a really interesting book and I really highly suggest that you read it. At one point he goes, "One night in one sitting, I read a little book that said very simply that if you're sick, it's your own damn fault. Pain is the final warning. You know better than anyone how else you've been abusing your body, so stop it. Sugar is poison, it said, more lethal than opium and more dangerous than the atomic fallout." And this is just one little part of that book, but basically the message of the book is that sugar is poison, and foods that are processed and highly refined are nutritionally devoid of any value for your body, and they're killing you. And if you continue to ingest them, you will die. And rather than dying an early death and suffering from being tired all the time and having headaches and everything else that you have problems with in your life, it's very possible that the reason, if you suffer from depression, or if you have any kind of learning disability or something like that, or if you have really bad skin problems, it would shock you to learn how many different things sugar affects in your life, and how bad it is for you, and how many lives it's ruined over many, many, many years. And humans' addiction to sugar has caused problems and wars and difficult things. And I know that sounds extreme, but when you read the history of what actually happened, and how valuable sugar is and how much money people make from it, you'll see how terrible it is for you, and you'll be probably really angry, like I've been, about it for a couple of days since starting to read it, and just shocked that I was never told the truth about some certain things, and you'll just be really interested in it. But that's what I've been reading, and it's one of those kinds of things where when you discover about sugar and health and nutrition, and if you really understand it and you really accept it as the truth, and obviously it is, because the less and less I eat sugar, the thinner I become and the better I feel. Just as a side note, we did have some very illicit things that we weren't supposed to be ingesting at all this past weekend on the barbershop trip. We went to a diner one night and had this like Reese's pie thing that was, it wasn't even good, but I don't know why we ordered it. And then the next morning we went to Cracker Barrel with all of our friends, and Ian had a pancake breakfast and I had a French toast breakfast, and we felt terrible all darn day. And Ian was hurting by the end of the night just because of those pancakes. And the funny thing is that this morning I was down below my LDW, and so was he. In fact, I think his LDW was 205 or 204, and this morning he weighed it in at 199 point something. So he's in the Wonderlands, but he said that, it was rough getting there because his tummy was feeling terrible all day yesterday, and he said he knows it was because he just abused it with the meals that we ate when we were eating out, traveling. One of the hard things is it's not necessarily always hard to choose something better at a restaurant, but it is hard when you are stuck with you know, going to a restaurant or an eatery that's convenient. And I wish that I had the willpower to just not order anything or just say, I'm not hungry, get some coffee or whatever it is, and then eat something later. Or the one thing that I was proud about myself, I did bring better alternatives for snacks for the trip. We brought along some Lara bars. And, you know, not all the Lara bars are good because some of them have sugar in them if you read the labels carefully. But a lot of them are really good, especially I like the ones that have like 5 ingredients or less because there's never sugar in those. So I think the peanut butter cookie one is completely safe, and the banana bread one, and I can't remember the other ones. But anyway, so we did bring those, and we brought a case of water, which we kind of always do. So I chugged water the whole time. You know, maybe that was why we didn't suffer a loss, or maybe it's just that our body has finally, you know, gotten the message. And even my friend Chase, who was the one that inspired us to do the diet, we saw him, and he said, you know, when you do have a weekend like this and you have a couple of meals where you eat things you shouldn't have, it's an assault on your metabolism, and so you'll actually end up losing. And, you know, as long as you don't continue to eat like that, every once in a while it's okay to have a moment like that. You're probably just going to pay for it. You know, your tummy is going to pay for it. So, which is exactly what this book is saying, that, you know, pain is the last warning that you're doing something wrong to your body and that your body doesn't like whatever is happening. And it's not the, sorry, that's my phone. It's not the first sign, it's the last sign. So, you know, the pain yesterday, our tummy aches, they were kind of just responding to the whole weekend of eating out and eating carbohydrates that we shouldn't have. You know, not saying that we couldn't have had any carbohydrates, but our tummies probably would have felt better if we only chose one per day or something like that. So, that's a little P4 update. I'm really excited because we're about to start again in like 2 weeks. I'm so excited. I can't wait to just go ahead and get it done with, because there's no reason. I hate kind of waiting around in the recovery phase because, you know, you just can't wait to start losing again and not be wearing these clothes. I mean, I like the way I look now compared to where I was, but I want to look so much better, so, and feel better. You know, and I'm really starting to evaluate maybe some career changes based on the new things that I've learned about eating healthily. And I'm really starting to look into being a personal chef for either people that want to lose weight, either specifically HCG or otherwise, or you know, just being a personal chef that has a mind for healthy eating and eating gluten-free or dairy-free or whatever the client's particular allergies or dietary needs are. Because I think I would really be happy that way, being able to make a difference in people's lives and health. So hopefully I'll be able to make that happen. I'm reading a couple of books on personal chefing right now, so I'm actually reading a lot lately, which I'm really happy about, because the diet's really encouraged me to read as much as possible about, you know, my health and what I'm putting into my body. And the more informed I am, I feel the healthier I am and the better I feel. So, and by the way, I think I told you guys that I started taking vitamins and supplements, and I feel so much better. I can tell when I don't take the multivitamin. And also over the trip I got some liquid B12 drops like Miss HCG's girl suggested, and I took them for the first time on Saturday before we had to stay up all night. And, you know, they sing for a long time after we're done with the competition, and so they called it the Afterglow. But I lasted through, you know, a lot more of it than I have before, and I think it's because I was choosing better things to put in my body, and because I hadn't committed the Reese's Pies and the pancakes yet at that point. But the B12 shot and a little bit of coffee sure did help, or drops, not shot. But either way, well, I hope you guys are having good releases in P2, and I can't wait to see you in there in 2 weeks or so. I'm getting really excited about coming up with some more sauces and stuff, and I've just got to find the time. So I hope to see from you guys, videos from you guys, Sammy and Miss HCG girl, and everybody else that I watch. Big shout outs, and happy losing. Bye.